I just want to set the scene for you. Mostly when I talk about real estate, I start with the Dutch economy and how it's performing at the moment, because it's very important for the real estate sector as well. Well, economic growth is back in the Netherlands. We're probably going to finish 2021 with 3% GDP growth, which is, well, quite a nice growth number for the Netherlands. The last quarter of last year will probably show a decline due to the lockdown we've had in the past, well, in December. But overall, the outlook for the Dutch economy is very good. We expect the Dutch economy to grow by around the same number this year as well. A lot of government support has been provided due to all the COVID measures that has been needed to be taken, and that well, supported the economy as well, and it supports well, the employment in the Netherlands as well. We've seen record low unemployment levels, which is very important for the real estate sector as well. Unemployment is around 3.7% at the moment, and you see in the graph that's very, very low at the moment, which is causing all kind of problems as well, because there's a labor shortage in a lot of sectors in the Dutch economy. When we move over to the real estate sector and how it performed last year, well, we've seen the investment volumes decline quite a bit from around 20 billion in 2020 to a little bit over 14 billion in 21. That's mainly caused by a decline in investments in residential real estate. In the beginning of 21, a transfer tax has been increased when investors are buying homes. So it increased from 2% to 8%. That's quite a significant increase. And therefore, a lot of deals had been expedited into 2020. So we've seen in 2020, we saw quite a big volume of investments in residential real estate. And in 21, not so much. It almost was cut in half in 21. So that's quite a significant drop in investments in residential real estate. Also, we've seen a decline in retail investments. Well, that's due to the fact that the outlook for retail isn't as good as quite a years back already. So online shopping has been increasing a lot. So that shows that the retail real estate has quite some problems, and we've seen it in the investment volumes as well. Offices, we've seen a slight decline in investment volumes. The second half of the year was quite good. We had two major deals. Then the high-tech campus in Eindhoven and the office building of ABN AMRO. It's one of the largest banks in the Netherlands, at the Zuidas in Amsterdam. That were two quite big deals that were happening in the second half of last year. There are some other sectors as well, but all in all, we've seen a decline. But sometimes due to very specific reasons, supply can be a problem as well sometimes. So the outlook is quite favorable for the real estate market in the Netherlands. There are some maybe difficulties or things that could influence the real estate sector as quite a bit next year. Government regulations. I talked about the transfer tax already. We've seen some other regulations from the government that are impacting the residential real estate market, also the logistical market as well. What we also are going to see probably is what's going to happen in the labor market. That is quite important for the real estate market. Bankruptcies that are going to be a little bit higher due to the end of all the government support, the COVID support. So there are quite a lot of interesting topics. Inflation also very important, that can affect the real estate market, but well, in general, the outlook is quite favorable.